Back today with another Amazon deal alert video, and this one is slam packed. It has a ton of different deals across a wide variety of products, and a lot of these are going to be the cheapest prices they'll be all year, and a lot of them are going to sell out pretty quick. Now, I've been digging through the Amazon machine, buying a lot of these items so you guys don't have to, or talking with companies about T&E models, and I've compiled a list of some really good options, especially with Christmas time coming up. I always say it's kind of good for me, at least my family anyways, to buy some stuff in October, November, and early December, so we don't spend all of our paycheck at once in 1 month and kind of get strapped for cash at the end of November, early December. With that being said, let's dig into some of these deals, starting with a knife that I just did a full review on last night, the FFCC FF100 fixed blade. K110 steel, razor sharp out of the box, and really nice micarta handles, full tang design, and perfect EDC fixed blade size. 2 color variations available, the black micarta and the green micarta, and the kydex sheath on these are superb. They're a double looping clip that locks into your pants or your belt loop, and this actually will work with gym shorts and things like that because of the aggressive nature of the clip that holds the sheath into your pants while you deploy that fixed blade, either for defensive purposes or just to use as an everyday carry knife. Great design, great material, especially K110 and micarta. And here's the killer. This price is $27.99, but there is a clickable code on the Amazon link in the description of this video that gets you an extra 30% off, and that'll be right below the price, the Prime Tomorrow tag. You'll click 30% off, and then you'll see that when you go proceed to checkout. It'll be $19.59 for this knife. Just insane value for money. Love, again, the looks and feel of that micarta. Now, that'll sell out quick. If it's not already sold out by the time you're watching this video, since I did a video last night, it will sell out fast. So if it's still in stock, I'd grab it. If any of these deals are out of stock and you're watching this video a little bit later, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and clicking that notification bell so you don't miss the next deal or opportunity. We do these every week. Another light that I saw that I fell in love with at first glance is this Klarus Flattac X2. I've reviewed a Klarus flat light in the past. I purchased it myself on Amazon, really fell in love with the specs and features, and then I saw this guy, knew I had to give it a try. I have no affiliation with the company, so I bought this myself. It came in, and I've been loving the technology in this flashlight, especially when you hear the price. This one is a flat flashlight with an angled end, 2 press buttons, up to 3,000 lumens in turbo mode, IP6 waterproof rating, and window breakers on the front. Nightcore released a very similar light to this, and theirs goes for about 150 to 160, maybe definitely a little brighter, got a touch more technology in it, but guys, competing with that one, this one comes in at $49.99. This also has a proximity sensor when it's on turbo mode and a few different button operations, which we'll talk about in a second. On sale right now, 10% off at $44.96, a third of the price of the Nightcore. To turn it on, you can click the black button and it will cycle through the different modes. You can go to 15, 1200, 300, and 65. And if you are at 1200 and something gets close, the proximity sensor cuts it back down to 65 so you don't burn a hole in your pocket or something like that. Long press to turn off. You also have the red button, and because it's at an angle, it lines up perfectly and ergonomically with your hands. Click that once for a defensive strobe, or long press to go into turbo, and it does have a countdown timer on turbo mode so it doesn't overheat the light. This is a really nice feature, especially when you consider the price of this light at $44.96. This is another one of those lights. I think when people finally discover it, they're really going to be liking it. USB-C rechargeable light, again with the window breaker, hard to beat, especially at that $45 price point. The next deal I want to talk about is actually from the company Fissa. You've seen them. I like them. There's a few tip-down carry knives right now that are going to be on sale, down from $20 to $15.99, but you can save 10% on 2 select items, whether it's this one right here, the button lock version of this, and there's also another deal on this particular Fissa knife. This is going to be a D2 steel, G10 handles, just like the other one I showed. This button lock is on sale for the lowest price in 30 days. Tip-down carry design, or a very similar version of this one. I think it's a slightly different blade profile handle. They go for $17, on sale for $15.19. So make sure you're checking each individual link in the description below in the Flissas to know exactly what knife you're getting. I'll be linking all of them, but a few different Flissas are on sale, and there's a few different ways to save. The next one I want to talk about is another knife company that just popped up. The packaging came in real nice, and this is a fairly interesting O'Lantyn's knife. Never heard of it before, but I like the orange, and the orange color variation is what's on sale. D2 steel, G10 handles, super smooth action, and a completely reversible pocket clip for left and right-handed carry. You have skeletonized liners in this thing, and a rock-solid lockup on this knife. Fairly sharp out of the box, and I love the orange for Halloween. Just makes a great little EDC Halloween knife. Love the flipper action on this and love the sleek design. The orange is on sale for $19.99. It's got 52 ratings on Amazon, coming in at 4.8 stars. People love this knife. I like this knife. I'm glad I bought it, and I think you'll like it too. Again, linking in the description below. The next thing I want to talk about is another Addiesdive watch. And you guys may be familiar with Addiesdive on the channel or some other channels, and I've been getting into a lot of the high-value watches again lately. That was a main theme of the channel when it first started. I kind of faded away, but I'm back into looking at them, and I try to bring you guys the best deals possible. Now, this is a quartz movement, but this one is a great, quiet, ticking quartz movement. Love the movement in this watch, and this is going to be a Japanese 2115 quartz movement. So really good quartz movement in here, especially at the price point. You also have like the Fotina on the loom, and this is really mimicking one of the Tudor, what is it? Submariners. Yeah. I always say Rolex Submariners, and that's what it is. But this was back in the day, the Tudor Submariner had this blue color variation with the more yellow loom. And I love the looks of this watch. What we are looking at is a 41 millimeter case diameter, screw down crown, 200 meters of water resistance on this guy. And the overall quality of this watch is impeccable for the price point. Now, I can go over more specs and features, but in a nutshell, it's a freaking awesome watch for the money. It actually comes on bracelet for this particular version, and this one has solid end links, pretty decent bracelet for the money, but I took this off and immediately put it on a strap, and I just feel like it fits right at home in here. The bezel action is pretty good on this. These generally sell for $69.99, 3 different color variations and a few ways to save. Now, this one's a little interesting. I did a video on another Addiesdive and linked this one in the description as well, so it started selling out pretty quick, but you can click the see all buying options on this watch, and you can still save 15% on most of the versions. If not, potentially a touch more. Just depends on what sale is going on. Now, Mossio is a company that I've reviewed and purchased from in the past, and these guys are really expanding their lineup. Everything from knives to flashlights to multi-tools and now headlamps. Mossio reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to take a look at some stuff. They sent me a grab bag, and in there I found this gem. This is going to be the Mossio 600 lumen headlamp. Now, you can turn it on, and it's got 2 main lights. You've got a flood and a spot, and you can either cycle between the spotlight or a low spotlight, the flood, or a combination of both for a turbo mode. And the other cool thing about this is also a dual fuel design. You can crack the back open and use a USB-C charging port to recharge the internal battery, or pop this out and run AAA batteries in here. And dual fuel is becoming really popular in a lot of different lights. I just reviewed another headlamp that has dual fuel, and I had no idea this one was coming in, and it's dual fuel as well. This gets even better. There is a proximity sensor button that you click on, and you'll say, well, the light didn't turn on. You flash your hand in front, it turns it off, it turns it on. I don't know how many times I've been working on something where my hands are wet or muddy. I just dig up a pipe in the front yard a few weeks back that was leaking out of joint. Had to replace a whole hydrant in my front yard. And man, my hands were covered with mud, but down in the hole, even in the daytime, things were dark, and this would have been perfect. I could have turned it on, looked at it when I stood up and talking to other people or doing something else in the daytime, cut it back off. How convenient is that? You just click that button and the proximity sensor turns off. Really comfortable adjustable head strap, and 3 different color variations available. You've got your green, you've got your teal, and you've got your camo. Talk about a great present. 4.8 star Amazon review, and these are $22.99. On top of that, there is a 10% off discount code, dropping the price closer to about $20, making this an absolutely great gift. And you can also charge the USB-C charging port at the bottom, so you should be good to go. In summary, there was a lot of good deals. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you check that description for all of the info. And you guys know the drill. Leave a comment, leave a second comment, nonsense, gibberish. Let's shove this in the algo, share this with your buddies in the group chat. I couldn't appreciate you guys more. Thank you so much for supporting the channel over the years. And now more than ever, I'm digging in to find the deals so you guys don't have to dig in yourselves to get the best deals possible come Christmas time and Black Friday. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.